Good morning, everybody. This is Teppy Schwartzel, and I am with Arid Desert Designs. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up. And today is Monday. It's 10 a.m. in Arizona. It's a little overcast, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll get through it. I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I hope everybody's football team won that they wanted to win. I saw part of the Green Bay and San Francisco game, and it was really sad. I'm not a big football fan, but friends of ours had a little party, so went to watch that. Well, I think you know by now that it is Celebration, and Celebration goes from January the 3rd through March the 31st of this year. And what that is, we also have a mini catalog that's January through June of this year. Great catalog, so many things in it today. There are 75 pages of products, and they're just beautiful. What happens with Celebration is every time you buy $50 worth of product, you'll get something free out of the Celebration catalog. There are two levels. One level is if you spend $50, if you see this $50 icon, then you'll get that stamp set or punch or rubber or paper or embellishments for free. If you spend $100 and you look for this icon, you look through the book, and here are some dies that would be free. If you were to spend $150, you could get this lovely lily pad for free, and you could go for the lily pad dies. There's just some gorgeous things in here. Their paper is always fabulous. One of the things when I started up with Stampin' Up, which is almost a year ago now, I really it took me a couple months to decide if I was going to go full tilt into this or if I was going to try and make it on my own. But after seeing their products and how coordinated they are, the paper always works with the ink, and what I mean by that is their color coordination is just impeccable. I mean, I've been stamping for 25 years, and I had all kinds of rubber stamps and inks and papers, but then when you try to put them together, they don't work because they're not made by the same company. So Stampin' Up, like I said, they have just done, I mean, look at the colors in this set. I think are just stunning. And you will find that throughout everything. And then they have different suites that work with each other. The other thing is you can also order out of the annual catalog. That's this big honey. This is 200 pages of products, and you can order out of this, or you can order out of the mini catalog. Doesn't matter. Your $50 or $100 that you spend will go toward a free product in the Celebration catalog. And like I said, this only goes through March the 31st. The other thing to remember is that if you would like to buy the beginner kit, which is only $99, right now through Celebration, you will, if I try and find my notes here, I don't know where they are. So if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. But for $99, you can pick $129 worth of product. Anything you want. This is not a preset kit that you have to get what they have. You go into either the mini catalog or the annual catalog and pick out anything you want that's worth $129. On top of that, you will get a paper pumpkin, a 1 month subscription of paper pumpkin. That's worth $20. Free shipping. And after your initial order, you will get a 20% discount. also during celebration, in addition to everything else, you will get, let me get it, this adorable mini cutter. It's 4 inches by 6 inches. It's a guillotine type. The blades never have to be sharpened, and it is, it will take a sliver off of your paper, and it cuts straight as an arrow. The other thing that you get, also free, is you get a sampling of their designer series paper. I believe it's from five of the different suites. Not all of them are in here. But here are the gorgeous papers. They're 6 by 6, and you'll get 48 sheets, double-sided. I mean, you can't beat this. This is our biggest sale of the year. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you would like to become a Stampin' Up, either a discount shopper or a demonstrator, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can come in and be a discount shopper. We'd love to have you either way. Just give me a shout out, contact me, Facebook on my blog. All the information will be on my Facebook page after this is over. And if you aren't watching the live video right now, it will be up on YouTube, and all the information for the product we're going to do today will be there. All the links directly back to my Stampin' Up store will be on there. The dimensions will be on there, and ways to contact me. I would love to have you as a demonstrator, and the group I'm in is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to make this a business. You can do this as a hobby, and you're still going to get all the benefits of being in these groups, because we're constantly updating, we're constantly doing training sessions, and you would fall into that grouping. So the other thing is, today, this is the current host code. If you would use that, if you have an order under $150, please use this host code. If your order is over $150, do not use this host code. You will get all kinds of benefits from Stampin' Up and rewards. So I will also have this up. This will always be up on the right-hand side of my blog, which is ariddesertdesigns.com. Okay, the product today that we are doing is called Morningstar. I did Morningstar video on Morningstar last week. I don't have the card. Sorry. But this is what we're going to do this week. That's the outside. This is the inside. I'm using Morningstar and Peaceful Moments. Let me get those out here. Here's the Peaceful Moments, and we'll be using the Sentiment Thank You. And we will also be using the Morningstar stamp set, as well as we will be using the layering circle framelit dies. And the die that I used is, I will show you which size it is. It is the second one in this grouping on the lower right hand side. Okay. We are also going to be using Night of Navy ink, and we will be using the Pearl Basic Jewels, and we will be using the metallic ribbon, and it's, I believe, 1/4 of an inch. So let me get started here. And believe me, I will probably lose things as we're going along. It's just what happens. Things get pretty hairy when you're trying to do this live. Okay, I'm going to put the card to the side. Now, we're going to start off with a piece of Night of Navy, and that's 11 inches by 4 1/4, and it is already scored at 5 1/2. So let me get that, and get that folded for you. Use my bone folder. Okay, I need to put this away. No, I'll show you that later. Okay, so now that's scored. Now you're also going to need, I have extras in here. You're going to need, we have 2 different sizes of panels. We're going to do, as you can see here, believe it or not, this is called Seaside Spray. There are 2 panels of Seaside Spray. Just one is slightly larger than the other. The one that we're going to stamp on is 5 1/4 by 4, and the one that's going, the panel that's going to go behind the stamped panel, which this is the stamped panel, is going to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, make sure I have those all. Okay, it's all stamped. Okay, all right. So this is the panel we're going to start on. You're probably going to need to have some scrap paper out because you're going to be stamping off. What I'm doing, I'm just stamping randomly on this, and I'll give you an idea of what how I did this, and then through the magic of camera. I know this is going to look really unusual, but it really turns out beautifully. That's the stamp that I used for most of the background, but very, very interesting. And I'm using Night of Navy ink, and like I said, we're going to be just random. We're going to be making our own designer series paper, basically. Check out that that's all inked. And like I said, you're just going to stamp randomly and stamp partially off the sheet. Okay, and I'm going to clean my stamp with my chamois. Okay, change that out, and we went and used this is I believe this is a Morning Glory. This particular stamp right here, and we're just going to fill in some spots. Try not to touch the stamp you just did. I'm not sure I can get another one in there. I don't think so. So not to worry, there's one more stamp that I used. I mean, this is really quick and easy to get to, put it together. And what I did is I did a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet, and then I cut it down to size. And then what I did is I came back in and filled in those spots, and that's how I got this strip at the bottom. Okay, that was that got cut off when I was doing the panels. So if you want to do that, do a whole sheet. If you've got several cards that you have to make, Perfect time to do a group of cards, and then you'll get that strip for the bottom. Okay, here's another stamp from the Morning Star stamp set, and this is smaller so you can get in between. I just think they're so beautiful and delicate. And you can make this as you know, full with images as you want, or just keep part of it blank. Okay, I think one more over here, and then I'm done with that. Okay, you're going to have, you're going to need the stamping panel. Like you said, that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then you're going to need 2 more plain panels, one for the inside, and both of them are going to be, and one for the outside underneath the stamped panel. You're going to need 2 of those, and those are 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. We're going to go ahead and stamp the inside panel also. This is a real simple card. And let's, we'll just, I think we're done with this panel for right now. Like I said, that's the outside panel. And this is the inside panel. I just decided to do part of it at the top. And let's go back and get our funky. I think this particular stamp it's so unique, and it does such, oh no, I went in with the vines there. Duh. Okay. That'll help you wake up. And one of the things to let you know, if this is recording sideways, I am really sorry, because I don't know what the heck's going on with my camera again. Last week, everything was fine. This week, I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's doing, it's correct. I was trying earlier, and I couldn't get it to stamp, or I couldn't get it, it was going sideways. The video was going sideways on me. So, all right, for here, we're just going to stamp off at the top and do a couple of those across. And then I came in with the, back in with the Morning Glory, the large one. There's 2 sizes in there. A small one and a large one. No, maybe no, that's the small one. It just gets me in a tizzy in the morning when I double check the video, and you know, it just surprises me every week. It's never the same and drives me crazy. I know, not far to go. And again, this is, you can stamp this any way you want to. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And it comes out beautifully every time. Okay? So we're almost done with all the stamping. All we have to do is the sentiment. And I can't get that off. There you go. Okay, so we're done with the inside panel. Now, the sentiment, this was a scrap of Seaside Spray, and I used this die to cut it out. Didn't want to bore you with that. And with this, we're going to do the thank you out of the Peaceful Moments stamp set. Get this straight. And I always do a little test, because these words, I never seem to be able to get them on right. Okay, that's going up a little bit. Let's try this again. Okay, that's better. Okay. Just get it right in the center. There you go. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I did with this sentiment die is I took it in the Night of Navy ink and I just rolled it. And when I rolled it, I tilted it a little bit so that the ink would, I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a blue rim around here. And that's all I did was I rolled it in the Night of Navy ink. And like I said, you just kind of tip it forward a little bit and that'll bring more of the ink onto the front of the die that you're using. And you can do this on a square die, anything. You would just have to slide it across. And I just kept doing it until I got the width that I wanted and the amount of ink on there. Okay, now we're done with the ink. Now for the fun part. This is also a piece of the Seaside Spray Metallic 1/4 inch ribbon, and I believe this was 6 inches, 6.5 inches. Okay, and what we're going to do is, what I did, instead of going around both of these panels, I wanted to go just around the front panel to try and to give it a little bit of a distinguishment between the front panel and the back panel because they're the same color. Okay, so now we're going to use our mini glue dots to put onto the ribbon. And there's there's no front side or back side to this. Okay, just put the mini glue dot on and put one in the center. Make sure they're on the same. Oh, I have one on my thumb. That's good. I put one in the center, and again, make sure they're all on the same side. I've done that before. That doesn't work out well. Okay, and then on the other end. And hold on just a second, I'm just looking at something here. Okay. Bear with me for just a second. There we go. Okay. Oh, see, Linda's here. Thank you for coming, Linda. I really appreciate it. Okay, so you can put this anywhere you want. Put it sideways, put it front ways. All right. There we go. And make sure it's straight. Oh. And try not to make it too tight. You don't want to buckle your looks like I didn't go far enough on the glue dot here. So I've got to get another glue dot on there. Sorry about that. Yes, a camera will make you do strange things. Okay. So just press that over. There you go. And it's a little crooked. Jeez. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're going to use our multi-purpose liquid glue and glue this pattern panel to the blank panel of Seaside Spray. And you don't need a lot of glue, but I love this glue because I can shimmy it around. I never get them on straight, so this gives me a little bit of wiggle room to be able to make sure that it's on straight. And then I've got my margins look all the same. I watch some of these ladies do it with the regular tape. I would have to ruin so many cards to try and get it. So Okay, now we're going to take our dimensionals, and apparently I've only got, oh no, I've got some regular dimensionals. These are Stampin' dimensionals, and I'm going to use 4 of them. And I'm going to take my take your pick tool and take the backing off. Okay. And then you can put this anywhere you want. Make sure it's straight. Yep. Okay. And now we're going to make a bow. This should really be good because I know I'll mess this up while I'm on camera. But I leave it on the spool while I'm making it. I just take it and go down below the finger next to the index finger. I don't remember which one that is. And I just make a loop, come around behind my index finger, my middle finger, sorry, and then push the that piece that you have in your thumb, by your thumb, just push that through. And yes, this looks like a mess right now, because it is. Just kind of tighten it up. I'm trying to make sure these loops aren't so big that I can't get a decent bow. Just pull it tight, and then play with it, and bring it down. Bring the loop smaller, pulling on both sides, and then pull it tight again, and then you might have to readjust. But look at, that makes the cutest little bow. Let's make that a little bit bigger on the right-hand side. My right-hand side, anyway. Adorable. Okay, now I take my paper snips. Yeah, I know. Some people are strange that way. They have different snips for their paper and their ribbon. Not me. Okay, just cut it at an angle. As long as you want or as short as you want. Okay. And to adhere your bow, use the mini glue dots because they really attach well to the fabric. They're probably one of the better glues for use with fabric. And we just put your bow wherever you want to put it. There you go. Probably pull that just a little bit. Okay. And now we've got the pearl basic jewels. And these already have glue on the back of them. And I just use my take your pick tool. And, you know, I usually do these in odd numbers. Let's see, I used a smaller one over here. And a medium-sized one. Dog hair, as usual. Come on. And another medium one up over here. Okay, now we are going to get our Night of Navy base. And we're going to put this strip, this panel inside. I usually, when I'm doing a thank you, I usually don't put any kind of sentiment inside because I know that usually you're going to, you know, tell the people, you're writing a longer note per se. So you really don't need a sentiment inside. You're going to be writing that on your own. So looks pretty good for a first try. Okay. Now you take your liquid glue and you attach your front panel. And just make sure you're attaching it the right way. Okay. Looks pretty darn good. And there you have it. Now, because it's celebration and I have all kinds of free goodies, I would really appreciate it if you would like and share this video if you're watching it live. I would also appreciate it if you happen to be watching it on YouTube, if you would like it and make a comment. There will be 2 giveaways, one for a like and one for a share. I will be announcing the winners next Monday when I do my next live video. And if you have any questions, please get in contact with me. Again, remember to use your host code. And if you would like to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and again, that doesn't mean that you have to sell anything. You can. This means you can either become a discount shopper, or if you want to become a full-fledged demonstrator, that's okay too. There is no pressure at all for you to do anything like selling. And it's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of wonderful people. Stampers are the best. They're kind, gentle, wonderful people. So if you would please like and share, I would greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for coming along. I know you're all busy, and I really appreciate you spending time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye.